Everyday English words you're probably saying incorrectly. In fact, the word probably is often said incorrectly by quite a number of people. I'm Abimbola Oshodi, the speech rebrander. I am the founder of the Eloquent Elites community, and what I do there is to help excellence conscious individuals like personal brands, professionals, and wordpreneurs become more confident, fluent, and proficient with the use of English language. And that's exactly what I'll be doing by showing you or reading out to you or explaining to you how to say the commonly mispronounced English words that non-native speakers of English language tend to mispronounce in this course. And so let's get into it. Now, before you can even go ahead to start pronouncing words correctly, you need to know the reasons for the mispronunciation of English words. Now, the first one is the tricky nature of English language. I said tricky because you can't always rely on what you see to help you with what you should say. For example, the word nature that is in this reason itself, you can't try to make use of the letters as the means of pronunciation. You'd be wrong because you'd end up pronouncing the word as nature or something like that. The word is nature. So at the end of the day, you only have four sounds where you can see six letters, which is not that way for, well, if you're an African, I'm a Nigerian to be precise, most of the local languages, if not all, in Nigeria, they have the letters representing the sounds directly. Yes, there might be the differences in maybe the tone when the words are being pronounced or things like that, but you can be sure that when you see a letter, the letter would usually, if not always, represent the sound that you know it to give. Now there's the case of words being borrowed. Now English language is has its origin in several languages. And what happens most of the time is that these words that are being brought into the English language retain their actual pronunciation in the original languages. And that means if you use the English rules of pronunciation to pronounce such words, you would be saying the words the wrong way. For example, I love to use the word chef. The word chef has CHEF in it. Now, for the word church in English language, the CH would give ch. But for chef, the CH in French, you have the sound as ch. So if you try, sorry, you have the sound as sh. If you try to pronounce chef with ch and you say chef, you would be saying the word the wrong way. So you're meant to say chef. And that means if care is not taken, words that are derived from other languages and that have retained their pronunciation would be mispronounced most of the time in English language. There's a case of stressing words the wrong way. English language is a stress timed language. When you're pronouncing the words in English language, when they have more than one syllable, it means you need to stress some of those syllables. And misplacing the stress pattern for a word would mean pronouncing the word the wrong way. For example, import and import. When I say import, I'm talking about a noun. When I say import, I'm talking about a verb. Now, it's even easier because, oh, I could alternate the stress, but if you change the stress pattern of a word, you would end up saying something else entirely. Now, there are several other reasons. If you want to learn more about this, I would strongly recommend that you get my course on pronunciation. It's the full course, and that's the pronunciation toolkit. There, I give more explanations on the English speech sounds, the reasons people mispronounce English words, and tons of examples. Then your environment, I mean, tons and tons of examples of English words that people mispronounce. Now, your environment is the second factor or the second reason for the mispronunciation of English words. Because if you're not living in a place where English is being spoken correctly and where words are being pronounced the right way, it means that most of the words that you make use of in English language will be pronounced the wrong way, and it would affect your pronunciation when you speak. So your environment also has an impact on the wrong pronunciation. Now, on the reverse, it would have an impact on the right pronunciation if in your environment people are very particular about saying the word the right way. Then the third one is you and your choices. So this has to do with you entirely, just you, because at the end of the day, you don't have control over the nature of English language, and you might not have full control or any kind of control over your external environment. But for you and your choices, it has to do with, okay, your decisions to get things done the right way, and you deciding to create an internal environment for yourself where you get to pronounce words correctly and then say things the right way. Now that we know the reasons for the wrong pronunciation of words, we need to look at how to correct such. And so we come to the 8-step approach to proper pronunciation. So not just pronunciation, but proper pronunciation, because people are actually pronouncing words right, but because they're not saying the words the right way, we now need to learn to say them the right way. And the very first step here is that you have to be clear on why you want to improve your pronunciation. You have to be clear. What is your reason? When you have a strong reason, it helps keep you going most of the time than you just wanting to get things done for the fun of it. When you do that, when you get things done for the fun of it, it means when there are things that are not really encouraging, when they show up, you'd most likely just fall off and not continue with your initial plan. Second one is you identifying your struggle points and then working on them. For many people, yes, they are clear on why they want to improve their pronunciation, but they don't go to the next step where they identify their struggle points and they start working on them. So it's not enough to identify the reason for a problem. You need to consciously work on correcting that problem. The next one is that you have to learn the right pronunciation of English speech sounds. There is no way you're going to pronounce words correctly in any language if you don't know how to say the speech sounds of that language correctly. And the same applies here when it comes to English language. If there will be certain sounds that you don't know how to pronounce correctly, and what you want to do is to learn to pronounce those sounds correctly, because the sounds that those words are contained in will, the words rather, that those words are contained, those sounds are contained in, will get mispronounced by you if you don't learn to say those sounds correctly. And now you need to practice speaking English with someone else. Look around you. You will most likely find a person who is willing to practice with you. Now, if there is no one, you might want to practice with yourself. And this would include you recording videos and audios of your learning points and then playing back to yourself to listen to how it sounds. Making research to also see how it sounds. It's not, when you hear making research, it doesn't mean that, oh, you have to spend hours and hours there. No, a few minutes would do the work, especially if you are consistent. And that's why practicing is important, and practicing the right way. Then you have to fall in love with your voice, because how else will you be comfortable listening to your own voice if you don't love your voice? You might say, oh, I don't think so, but there are people who tend to avoid having to listen to their own voices. So they record videos, or they hear that, oh, a video of the training you gave at this particular place is now available. Let's send it to you. You're like, I don't need it. And that might be because you don't want to listen to your own voice. because you think, oh, somebody else has a great and amazing voice, and I don't think I should open my mouth and bother. And even I can't listen to myself. It irritates me, or it grates my ears to listen to myself. But it's your voice. It's your voice. Yes, it might take voice training classes and a couple of things, but your unique voice is still your voice. And all you have to do is to embrace it as it currently is. And really, you might even be trying to correct what is not wrong in the first place if you want to change the way your voice sounds. The next one is use the delete button. And this is, remember, you have three general factors affecting the right pronunciation of words, making people mispronounce words. So there's only one environment. There's only one of the factors that you have control over, and that is you and your choices. Now, when you get started on this journey, there are people who would just feel like, what exactly are you trying to do? Like, haven't you been speaking the wrong way before? So, and why are you trying to make us feel like we don't know what we are doing? But at the end of the day, it's your life. You've got to choose to live it the way that would make you proud of living. So, you might not be able to really eradicate the idea is not for you to eradicate people from your life. But if you know that, oh, this is the best thing to do, then go ahead. Now, what you might want to do is to reduce your contact with such people. If it's impossible, then you need to give them room right in your head. So there's this mental detachment from them to some extent. Then you have to value yourself. If you don't value yourself, every other thing we've been saying will just go down the drain. If you don't value yourself, you wouldn't say that, oh, let me evaluate these people in my life. Are they really making sense to where I'm going? Or are they causing me distractions, right? And then if you don't value yourself, it will be difficult for you to even fall in love with your voice or even think of getting better with the pronunciation of English words in the first place. Then finally, be patient with yourself. If you are not patient with yourself, you'd lose out of so many things in life. So many things. Because you just think, it's not working, it's not working. When in actual fact, it's working. You're just the one who is not patient enough to watch the fruit of your labor, right? To just see it come to full bloom. Now that we've talked about the steps that would help you with proper pronunciation, I believe this would also work for grammar, punctuation, and even other areas of your life. These 8 steps. So let's get into pronunciation proper. So we are looking at words that people tend to mispronounce. I will explain the reason some of them are being mispronounced and then definitely tell you the right pronunciation. I might not even tell you the wrong pronunciation. Colleague. Colleague. This word is to be stressed on its first syllable, not the second. So you say colleague, not colleague. Determine. Determine. This word is stressed on its second syllable, on ter. Now don't say determine. Not I, it's in. Determine. Develop. Same as determine, stressed on the second syllable. So this word is not develop, it's develop. Success. Success. Success is stressed on its second syllable, not the first syllable. So you meant to say success. And that's what you have in successful, succeed, right? Haphazard. Haphazard. People tend to think you're meant to say haphazard, but no. This word is stressed on its second syllable. And the P has its own sound, while the H, the second H, has its own sound as well. So you say haphazard. Haphazard. Mistake. Mistake. Whether this word is a noun or a verb, the pronunciation is mistake. So not mistake for the noun. Both noun and verb, the pronunciation is mistake. Challenge. Challenge. Whether noun or verb, this word is challenge. Whether it's a noun or a verb, this word is challenge. It's not challenge as a verb. Whether noun or verb, the word is pronounced as challenge. Then There is advice. Advice. This word, whether noun or verb, it's stressed on its second syllable. And the C has the S sound, not Z. Then there is limit. Limit. Whether noun or verb, this word is like challenge. It's stressed on its first syllable. So you say limit. Don't limit yourself. The word is not limit at any point in time. Then yacht. Forget about the CH. Yacht. Yacht. And don't even try to pronounce the A as A. The word is yacht. Axe. Axe. You have your k and s in this word. And right after it, you have ask. Ask. So you say your s and the k. You say ask. Ask. Pressure. Pressure. Not prayer or pressure. It's pressure for the two S's. Issue or issue. Tissue or tissue. Shepherd. Now in shepherd, you're not even saying shepherd. Shepherd. The P is pronounced as, the focus is not on the PH, giving it's shepherd. Create. Create. Two syllables. Create. And there is creature. Creature. Creature also has two syllables. Luxury. Luxury. Well, people mispronounce this word so many, well, maybe a couple of ways, but the right pronunciation is luxury. Luxury. 12. 12, not 12. It's E that you have there. 12. Tower. Tower. So it's hour, not tour. Tower. Sweet. Sweet. So, you know, this kind of apartment, it's not suit. This is sweet. Then owl. Owl. Just like you have it in town, the OW. Plait. Plait. Women usually would plait their hair. So it's not plait, it's plait. Oasis. Oasis, not oasis. Myrrh. Myrrh. So this word is not mire. The word is myrrh. Perfume. Now this word, if it's a noun, it's perfume. If it's a verb, it's perfume. If it's a noun, it's perfume. If it's a verb, it's perfume. Then this word is pursue or pursue. Pursue or pursue. It's not pursue at any point in time, please. Quote. Quote. Make sure you pronounce the after the k. So you say quote. It's not quote. You say quote, that's C-O-A-T. Quote is Q-U-O-T-E. Google. Google. It's with the oo sound. The one with the one O is Google, while this with the two O's is Google. Take note of that. Valentine. So this word is not, there's no A apart from after the V. So it's not Valentine or Valentine or Valentine. Whichever pronunciation it is, this word is Valentine. That's the right pronunciation. February. February. You have the two R's being pronounced. So say February. Wednesday. Wednesday. So it's not Wednesday, it's Wednesday. The first D is silent. Same for the second E. So you say Wednesday. December. The C in this word gives the sound, not Z. So don't say December, say December. Saturday. Saturday. There's always people mispronounce this word, but the right pronunciation is Saturday. Saturday. Holiday. The I doesn't give an oo or oo sound. So you say holiday, not holiday. Christmas. The T is silent. It's silent. Christmas. Digital. Even without the AL, the word is digit. Adding the AL doesn't change to digit. So it's digit, digital. Gigantic. When you're not sure of how to pronounce this word, just remember that giant begins with the J sound. So you say gigantic. Suicide, suicide, or suicide. So you have your A side, 3 syllables. The word is suicide or suicide. Power, tower, shower. So you say your hour sound. So it's not pa or ta or sha. No, it's power, tower, and shower. Guidance. Then you have guardian. So guidance and guardian. A library. The 2 R's are pronounced. Library. Lettuce. Lettuce. So letter U represents the A sound in this word. Lamb. Lamb. Comb. Dumb. Womb. So when you have MB ending words, the B is silent. Flower. Sour. Devour. So you have your hour sound. So it's not floor. This word is flower. Yes, it's the homophone of FLOWER. Sour and devour. So it's hour that ends these words. Poor and poor. The same pronunciation, so it's not poor. It's poor. Leopard. That animal is a leopard. EO gives the S sound. And same in jeopardy and jeopardize. So it's not jeopardy or leopard. It's jeopard. Jeopardy rather than leopard and jeopardize. Juicy. This word, you have the UI given the oo sound. So it's not juicy. It's juicy. And sweet. Sweet. You need to learn to say this word correctly. It's sweet, not sweet. Then we have raw, saw, and os. Then cause. So all of these words, you have the O sound in them. OAR given the O sound. Then COURSC, it's course. Course. It's still the O sound. But CURSE is curse. Curse. So it's not pronounced the same way as COURSE. They don't have the same pronunciation. Then HOARSE is horse. So it's not horse. It's horse. Now, OAR in board, you have the sound as O. So please take note of that. That should be of great help. Now, pleasure, treasure, and measure. You have your j in these words. Letter S having the j sound. Pint, a pint of blood. Then PANT is pant. So it's not pint. Pronunciation. So it's not pronunciation because there is no O before the U in this word. So it's not pronounced. It's only in the verb you have pronounce. When it's in the noun form with a TION, it's pronunciation. Plumber. The B is silent. So it's not plumber, it's plumber. Issue, tissue, or issue and tissue. Children, children, children. Chic. So this word is chic. You'll see H given the sh. It's a French word. It's from the French origin. Chef and chevron, same for all three. So you don't say ch, you say sh for these words. Fork. So it's not fake. I don't know where the people got that from. It's not fake. Fork, then sword, sword. Bondage, not boundage. It's bondage. O as the O sound, not OU here. So it's bondage. Then breathe, breathe. Breakfast, breakfast. Chocolate, chocolate. The second O is not pronounced at all. Cruel, cruel. So it's not cruel. Estate, not estate. Estate. The second syllable is stressed. Eternal, eternal, and eternity. It's not eternal or eternity. It's eternal and eternity. Then procrastinate. This word has two R's. Procrastinate. Not procrastinate. It's procrastinate. Priority. Not priority. The first R and second R must be pronounced. Priority. Then postpone. No R in this word. Don't say postpone. It's postpone. Then facade. Facade. It's not facade. This word is facade. And then we have facet. Facet. So it's not facet, it's facet. Hotel. Not hotel, it's hotel. Second syllable stressed. Build and built. You are given the A sound. Build, built. Not you, it's built. Cement. Cement. Second syllable stressed. This word could be pronounced as question or question. It could be question or question. Either way, it's correct. But don't say question, please. Beret, beret, sachet, sachet, depot. American English, you'd hear depot. Machine. Say it, machine. It's not machine. The CH is given the sh sound. Canoe. Canoe. Blue, crew, through, chew, and glue. None of them has the E sound. So stop trying to say blue, crew, through, or chew. It's oo sound. Favorite. It's not favorite. It's favorite. Favorite. Healthy. Healthy. Whether or not you have a Y in this word, it's health. Healthy. Wealth, wealthy. So it's not healthy and wealthy. It's healthy, then wealthy. Now, smooth. As far as I know, this is the only word ending with just TH in which you have to say th. Too often, when you have to say th at the end of a word, that word ending with the TH must have an E after it. Thus. This word is not thus. It's thus. Thus. Hasten and fasten. The T is silent in STEN. Then castle, nestle, you have the T silent in STLE. Muscle, muscle. This is not muzzle. Yes, the C is silent, but the S does not change to Z, so it's muscle. Time. Time. The TH in this word is represented by T, and it's one of the few words in which TH has the T sound. So you say time, not time, it's time. The spice, this spice is thyme, not thyme. Vinegar. So you have vinegar, not vinegar. No. Then vineyard. Vineyard, not vineyard. Whore. The W is silent. Whore. Word, not word. Work, not work. Word, work. Want, not want. The A here gives the O sound. If you've listened to the English pronunciation essentials, or you have the punctuation, the pronunciation toolkit rather, you'd get the rule well explained in either of them. Women, women, not woman, it's women. You have the A sound in both syllables, women. Success, success. The first C is given the K sound, and the second C given the K sound. And that's what you have in success, access, accessory, accident, and words like that. Secretary, secretary. So it's not secretary. You have secretary, secretary. The first is pronounced secretary. Sacred. So the A here has the A sound. It's not A, it's A. It's not sacred, it's sacred. Then scarce. Scarce, not scarce. Scarce. Solemn. Solemn. Not solemn, it's solemn. Square. Square. It's not scare. It's square. Stipend. The I takes the I sound instead of E. So you say stipend. Swayed. Swayed. Swallow. Swallow. Not swallow. Squat. Squat. Skeleton. In skeleton, there's only one N and it's at the end. So don't say skeleton. Just say skeleton. Steak. The A in this word has the sound A and not E. So steak. And you don't necessarily have to say steak meat. Verbatim. So it's not verbatim. The second syllable is stressed in this word. You say verbatim. Weapon. The A in this word has the sound as E, not E. Weapon. Target. Target. It's the G sound. So you say target. In this word, you have it as archer and archery. Archer. Archery. Then orchid. Orchid. Kernel. Kernel. Okay. So it's kernel. Can you imagine? I was trying to even pronounce what I was seeing. So it's colonel, colonel. Lieutenant in British English, Americans will go more of lieutenant. So this word is lieutenant in British English. Now, there is no F or PH in this word, but it's lieutenant. Viscount, viscount. And the last word here is strategic. Strategic or strategic, with the E having the E sound, not strategic or strategic, it's strategic. Now, if you want to learn more about pronunciation, grammar, punctuation, spelling, vocabulary, you can find me here, Eloquence for Elites on Instagram, Eloquence with Abimbola on YouTube, the same Eloquence with Abimbola for my podcast. You could check Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, and a host of others. Then you need to join the Eloquent Elite community on Facebook so that you can interact with the community. And like I'd love to let you know, listening to this once won't get you really far. You would love to listen to this at least once a week for the next 12 weeks to be able to master the words and consciously add the ones that you found difficult in pronouncing, add them to your daily conversations, spoken conversations, and that way you get better at pronouncing words correctly. Like I love to say, remember to keep speaking up, to keep speaking out, and to keep speaking well. Because people will listen. It's better you make it worth their while.